You open your eyes slowly. The morning sun hasn't yet touched the window pane, but a soft glow fills the air. The house is still. Only the faint whistle of the kettle breaks the quiet in the kitchen. A ripe piece of fruit rests on the counter. And for a moment, everything feels too simple to matter. But in that quiet morning, your body begins to speak. You're not sick, but you're not energized either. The days pass and something inside feels heavy. Not pain, but not ease either. It's as if your body is whispering, something is off balance. Maybe it's the fatigue after meals, or the overwhelm of too many choices in shiny packages. Or maybe it's the desire to feel truly well. What if the problem isn't age or metabolism? What if what's draining your energy is the way you eat? The speed of your movements, the kind of silence you carry at the table. Perhaps the answer isn't in medicine, but in rhythm. The secret isn't hidden in a bottle. It lives in the quiet routines of people who eat with presence, with color, with care. People who live to 90 or 100, not with strict plans, but through small habits repeated daily, like an unspoken prayer of care. And maybe today you'll see, you don't need to change everything, just the way you see what you do every day. Because eating isn't just about fueling the body. It's also how we listen to life. Eat until 80% full, haraHachiBu. Leaving the table with lightness is a quiet secret of vitality. In Okinawa, Japan, a simple proverb has guided generations, haraHachiBu. It means, eat until you're 80% full. It's not a rigid rule, but a timeless reminder, wisdom in stopping before fullness. Instead of refilling their plates, they listen to their bodies and leave the table with energy, not fatigue. It's a small habit with profound power. Have you ever noticed how you feel after a heavy meal? Often it's not pleasure, it's sluggishness. The body slows, fatigue sets in quicker, and energy fades. We eat too much, not from hunger, but habit or distraction. haraHachiBu invites a new rhythm, one of listening, presence, and gentleness toward the body. It takes about 15-20 minutes for the stomach to signal the brain that it's full. When we eat fast or distracted, we override this cue, leading to overload. Stopping at 80% allows balance, not burden. This practice is more than caloric restraint. It cultivates self-awareness. The body becomes an ally, not a battleground. haraHachiBu isn't about less food. It's about clearer eating. And clarity, like the Appalachian saying goes, is like clean water. The less you stir, the clearer it gets. Blue Zone's research shows people who live longer often follow this pattern of gentle satiety. In Okinawa, obesity and chronic disease rates are remarkably low. Eating to 80% fullness is a cornerstone of their longevity, not through money, supplements, or diets, but daily mindfulness. Try it today. Pause when you feel nearly full. Breathe. Notice how your body responds. You might find the pleasure isn't in seconds, but in sensing, in space, in walking away from the table with clarity instead of weight. The real secret lives in the pause between want and choice. That moment you decide not to refill, but to listen. It's in that sacred space where longevity is nurtured, not as a goal, but as a rhythm of living. Because eating consciously doesn't mean denying yourself. It means allowing yourself to feel enough. And enough is where true abundance begins. Fresh, colorful, natural foods. Eat with color, texture, and simplicity. Tend to the body like sacred ground. Sometimes just a glance at your plate reveals how you treat your body. Is it gray, heavy, full of wrappers? Or does it shine, green, orange, violet? In long-lived cultures, food is often simple but vibrant. Every color speaks of nutrients and life, and whispers to your cells, I nourish you, I'm alive. Healing begins, not in a lab, but at the farmer's market. The body knows what's real, and it remembers. The taste of fresh tomatoes, the scent of herbs, the crunch of an apple. When we flood it with processed foods, we disconnect. It fights instead of flows. Natural food isn't deprivation. It's a return to what the body understands. Eating colorful whole foods isn't just about vitamins. It's joy. It strengthens immunity, eases digestion, stabilizes mood. The colors on your plate often do more than pills, because their simplicity runs deep. No labels. Just what grows, lives, and nourishes. Studies confirm this. A diet rich in whole plant-based foods lowers risks of heart disease, diabetes, and inflammation. The Harvard School of Public Health advises a rainbow of vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains, daily and without dogma. The result? A longer, clearer life. An apple in the morning, a handful of berries, a warm soup with root vegetables. These aren't trends. They're rituals. Gentle tools for those who want to feel more, not count more. For those who don't just want more years, but more aliveness in every one. Start simply. Open your fridge. What do you see? More labels than color? That's not failure. It's a sign. Choose something recognizable next time. Something that smells of earth or sunshine. And take time to taste it. Slowly, gratefully. Every natural food carries a memory of our bond with the land, with the seasons, with what truly nourishes. Food can be a prayer, a hug, a quiet welcome back to your own body. Because when you eat in color, you feed more than your body. You reignite the life within. Avoid processed and refined foods. The body recognizes what is real and resists what is fake. If you can't pronounce an ingredient, maybe your body can't digest it either. That simple truth explains why processed foods often take more than they give. They're convenient, yes, but what they save in time, they cost in health. The body responds quietly, with inflammation, fatigue, and a subtle sense that something isn't right. Often we don't hear it until it's too loud to ignore. Hidden sugars, artificial fats, preservatives that promise shelf life, but steal life quality. The modern grocery aisle is full of them. But what our bodies need isn't eternal. It's alive. It spoils, just like us. And because it lives, it heals. What's alive heals. What's dead dulls. Mayo Clinic research shows overconsumption of processed foods is linked to chronic inflammation, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Those who eat intentionally often need fewer medications. They treat food as their first medicine, gentle, consistent, real. One easy step: cook more, unwrap less. When you prepare food yourself, you choose. When you avoid packages, you regain control. And with each chopped carrot, each homemade stew, a bond grows. With food, with your rhythm, with your health. It's not about extremes. It's about remembering. The taste of your grandmother's soup, the scent of herbs in a hot skillet, the feeling of being full, not stuffed, not guilty. These memories are more than nostalgia. They're biology. They heal from within. Begin with one small ritual. Choose one whole food today and prepare it slowly. No phone, no TV, just you, the knife, the board, maybe a little music. Feel how your body reacts, not just your stomach, but your whole being. When the body breathes again, we realize what it was missing. Not more energy, but purity. Not more flavor, but truth. Processed food tricks. Real food speaks clearly, and the body listens. Because true nourishment isn't consumption. It's a relationship between you, the earth, and the life trying to grow within. Drink warm water. Throughout the day. A simple habit that supports digestion, circulation, and inner balance. It sounds too simple to be true. Warm water. No tea, no flavor, no extras. Just water. warm to body temperature or a little more. And yet, in many cultures, it's a quiet remedy. In Ayurvedic and East Asian traditions, warm water is like an inner lantern. It cleanses, softens, and helps metabolism flow. The body responds to temperature. Cold water can startle the gut, tense the stomach, block energy. Warm water is different. It's like a gentle inner hug. It moves softly through the body, detoxifies, increases circulation, and supports the organs without effort. A 2021 study in the Journal of Neurogastroenterology and Motility showed warm water improves gastric emptying in older adults and significantly reduces bloating and fullness. For those over 60, this habit offers daily ease, without medication, without side effects. Start your day with a glass of warm water. Sip slowly, no rush. Maybe with a quiet thank you. Feel your body wake, not from caffeine, but from presence. It's a small ritual that shifts your morning, softer, warmer, more grounded. Throughout the day, warm water can also support emotional balance. Stress and tension settle in the body. Warm water reminds you, it's okay to let go. It's like an inner pause, without words, without performance. You can add fresh ginger or a splash of lemon, not to mask the taste, but to deepen the ritual. Tiny gestures, big impact. It's not about changing everything, but about living more mindfully. With each warm sip comes a moment of awareness. A quiet talk with your inner self. A response to questions your body has long been asking. Maybe it's not therapy, but it is care. And sometimes that's enough. Because those who give themselves warmth don't need to search for it elsewhere. And the body replies in gratitude with every breath. Don't eat in a rush or distracted. Chew with intention. Eating is how we connect with life. How often do we eat without even noticing? In front of the TV, scrolling our phones, rushing between meetings. The plate is empty, but the moment never arrived. The body got food, but the soul stayed hungry. When we eat in haste, we lose more than flavor. We lose connection. To our food, to ourselves. Digestion begins in the mouth, not the stomach. When we eat fast and don't chew well, the body has to work harder. Bloating, fatigue, and discomfort aren't illnesses. They're reactions to our inattention. Eating slowly isn't just better, it's more human. Every bite becomes a ritual. Research from Wageningen University shows slow eating significantly increases satiety and reduces overeating. Chewing mindfully lets the brain say, "That's enough." It's not a diet, it's self-respect. A return to eating like someone who's truly present. Try it. Sit down. Put away your phone. Take a breath. Then, just eat. Notice texture, flavor, temperature. Chewing isn't a side task. It's communication. Between your food and your body. Between you and the moment. You'll notice your body responds differently. It relaxes. Digestion flows. That too full feeling fades. Instead, something new arrives. Satisfaction. Not from quantity, but from presence. It's as if you're feeding yourself, not just your stomach. In many spiritual traditions, eating is prayer. Not in the religious sense, but in devotion. Eating becomes a practice of gratitude. Not loud, not dramatic, just silent. Every bite says, "I welcome life into me." And that changes something. Mindful eating isn't a luxury. It's return to the dignity of the moment, to true taste, to inner stillness. You don't need special recipes, just the courage to be undistracted, and the trust that less can truly be more. Because those who chew with awareness don't just feed their bodies. They remember, eating is living, and life is now. Occasional fasting to renew the body. A pause in eating gives the body time to renew itself. It sounds paradoxical, to eat nothing, in order to nourish yourself. But that's the logic of fasting, not as deprivation, but as invitation. The body isn't built for constant digestion. It needs space between meals to clean, repair, and rebalance. And sometimes, the greatest gift we can offer is a pause. Many say that skipping breakfast or having dinner early leaves them feeling lighter, clearer, more awake. No surprise. In a fasting state, the body breaks down old cells, regulates inflammation, and unlocks new energy. The gut rests, the liver detoxifies, the immune system sharpens. A 2019 study from the University of Southern California found that intermittent fasting in older adults reduces inflammation, improves insulin sensitivity, and activates deep cellular cleaning processes, like autophagy. It's as if the body quietly reorganizes, intelligently, deeply. But fasting doesn't mean going to extremes. It can be as gentle as not eating between 7 p.m. and 9 a.m., or dedicating one day to light soups. The key is to listen, not force, and never fast with guilt. If you're trying it for the first time, tune in. Your inner voice will tell you what feels right. Drink warm water, rest, and above all, receive the pause as a gift, not a punishment. Fasting isn't lack. It's a return to simplicity. Over time, you'll feel it. Energy doesn't just come from food. It comes from balance, from rhythm, from the art of not always consuming, but simply being. In stillness, in clarity, in connection. Fasting is like opening a door. Behind it isn't a diet, but a different relationship with yourself. You'll sense real hunger more clearly. You'll savor food more deeply, and you'll understand your body isn't your enemy, it's your guide. Because those who pause don't live less, they live more awake, and awakening is the beginning of healing. Sometimes it's not new answers that change our lives, but old gestures seen with new eyes. A glass of warm water, a plate full of color, a quiet no to the second serving. Those who embrace these tiny rituals realize health isn't something you chase. It grows, quietly, steadily, with every mindful bite. And right there, in the ordinary, a deep freedom begins. The freedom to nourish yourself anew. You don't need complex plans or expensive tools, just attention to how you chew, the colors on your plate, the moment you choose to stop. Deep health begins in the ordinary, in what you can reach today. A slower bite, a warm sip of water, a real fruit. Each gesture, no matter how small, carries the power to remind you you're here. And caring for yourself begins with listening, quietly, consistently, with love. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for presence. Each day brings a new chance to choose differently. It doesn't matter if yesterday was rushed or heavy. Today, you can pause. Return to your body. Return to now. Self-care isn't a demand. It's a quiet act of respect. A ritual, like tending a fire. Steady, simple, sacred. Because in repetition lies the root of what truly transforms. The body, even after years of neglect, knows how to remember. It responds to tenderness, to rhythm, to truth. It doesn't need punishment. It needs partnership. And you can become that partner, not through control, but through kindness. When you eat mindfully, the body doesn't resist. It joins you. It speaks a forgotten language, natural well-being, real and rooted. Living longer isn't the goal. It's a byproduct of living well, of returning to what's essential, to simple gestures, honest flavors, true time. When you eat with soul, you feed more than the body. You feed your story, and in that story, you may find that every meal is a way home, to yourself, to your rhythm, to nourishment that does more than fuel. It reminds you what makes you feel alive.